welcome everybody. Welcome, my name is Gucci. I'm going to be your instructor today. This is Cycle Express, so a 30-minute cycling workout. Before we go ahead and get started, make sure your seat height is equivalent to your hip. That way when we're pedaling, we can reach full extensions in our knee and our hip. If you go ahead and hop on your bike and pedal a little bit, if you feel a little bunched up on your downstroke, you might want to move your seat up. And if you feel like you're stretching on that downstroke, you might want to move your seat down a little bit. But once you find whatever is comfortable, go ahead and hop on your bike and start pedaling. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. We're giving everybody enough time to join. Here we go. I hope you guys are excited. Because I know I'm always excited to get to come on here. Cycle with you guys. Today is going to be a nice class where we focus on working in intervals of speed and resistance. Good, going ahead and getting ready. If you've just joined again, my name is Gucci. I'm going to be your instructor today, and this is Cycle Express. 30 minutes of hard work, and then you can go about the rest of your day and tell all of your friends that you did a cycling class. Good. Before we start, make sure you have water because you'll probably need it. But it is 4 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and move right into our warm-up. If you are on a swim bike, go ahead and locate that red knob. It should be in the center of your bike. Turning it to the left is going to take resistance off. Turning it to the right is going to add resistance. And if at any point you need to bring your flywheel to a stop, go ahead and press down. If at any point you need to go to the bathroom, go get water, or something happens where your flywheel gets a little bit too out of control, just press down on that for your own safety. If you are not on a swim bike, make sure you know how to do those same controls on whatever kind of bike that you are on, so you can get the best and the most out of this class. But we are going to want to go ahead and put enough resistance on the flywheel where it feels like we're making contact with the road. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being your Mary Poppins flying around to the sky with no resistance on your flywheel, to 10 being you can barely pedal through, we're going to want to be at a moderate 5. I'm probably going to be talking about this scale of 1 to 10 at a couple different drills in this class, just so we can gauge what work zone we should be working in. If you do have a center console, you can also go ahead and turn that on. What most center consoles tell us are power, which is how much force we're exerting on the pedals, and RPM, which is how fast we're pedaling. These are also good gauges to see how much work you're putting in a class, but if you don't have it, don't worry about it because you don't need it. We've got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left in our warm-up. We're going to kick off class with our sprint song, go right into a standing climb, and then we'll have our first recovery, and then we'll finish it off with stage 2. Keeping in mind that in my class, stage 2 is always designed to be a little bit harder than stage 1, so making sure we're keeping that in mind as we go through stage 1, keeping enough in our tank to really push hard in stage 2. Good, we've got just over 1 minute left in our warm-up, so go ahead and start creeping up that resistance a little bit. Again, as we move into stage 1, we're going to be going into our sprint song. So we have 40 seconds sprint, 20 seconds off, and we're going to be doing that for 3 rounds. As we sprint, it's important that we put enough resistance on our flywheel to keep our hips stable in the seat. So I'll give us a little bit on that when we get to it. We've got about 50 seconds left in our warm-up. Maybe taking this time to think about what you want to accomplish in class today. Maybe set some goals and just get ready for a nice cycling workout. Everybody go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Shoulder rolls back, hinge forward at the hip. We're going to want to find a slight bend in our elbow with that engaged core, open chest, and flat back. Good, remembering that this is our riding posture, and at all points in class, we want to find ourselves in this position. Good, and we are about to move from the warm-up to stage 1. So mentally preparing ourselves for those 40-second sprints. Go ahead and increase your resistance a little bit. Again, we have 3 of them. Getting our bodies ready. We've got about 10 seconds before we start. But making sure we have enough resistance to stay stable in the seat once again. And our first sprint is starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds on. Focusing on getting our RPMs anywhere between 85 and 105. If you are exceeding 105, also go ahead and add some resistance on there. Good, but again, we're wanting to maintain stability in the seat, so if we find our hips bouncing as we sprint, go ahead and add some more resistance. Good, 30 seconds in, 10 seconds left. Push it through. It's a great way to kick off class. 3, 2, 1, and 20 seconds off. Good, you can decrease your resistance if you would like to. But not letting ourselves get too comfortable because our second sprint is coming up here in 3, 2, 1. On for another 40 seconds right here. Good. Push it through. Again, we're focusing on speed and resistance this class. So if you can push yourself to add a little bit more resistance, but maintain that RPM speed, go ahead and try to do so. Halfway through. Good, keep pushing. I know our quads are probably saying that they're tired, but remember, this is the first workout to push through. Good, and 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds off. One more sprint in this drill, and then we'll get about 20 seconds or 40 seconds to ourselves. Our last sprint in 3, 2, 1, kicking it up, and push it through. RPMs anywhere between 85 and 105. Good, digging deep. We can pretend we're in a bike race, and we are just barely in first place, but we are very close to crossing that finish line. So digging deep for 20 more seconds, doing what it takes to win. Good, keep pushing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take that resistance off. We got about 45 seconds before we move into the next drill. Take this time to get some water and catch your breath a little bit. A sprint drill to kick off class always kicks my butt. So I hope you guys are feeling like you are being put to work too. Our next drill is going to be a standing climb. So when I instruct this, we're going to go ahead and give that resistance knob a full turn to the right and come up out of the saddle and get ready for a standing climb. So we are up in 3, 2, 1, adding that resistance, finding ourselves in this upward position again, focusing on that engaged core, open chest, flat back, pedaling to the center of our foot. We're wanting to keep the majority of our weight over the pedal, and we should have a light grip on the handlebar. We don't want to be leaning on them too much. We're not using them at all. Good, in a standing climb, we're going to simulate what it feels like to climb a mountain. So we're going to have multiple resistance increases for you. And the first one is here. We're going to do half turns. Good. Remembering that the closer we get to the top of the mountain, the steeper it's going to be, meaning the more resistance is going to be on our flywheel. This is a pretty short standing climbing drill. It's only about 3 minutes long, and you can pretend that we're climbing Kennesaw Mountain if you're a very imaginative person. And it'll be kind of cool to say that you climb Kennesaw Mountain in about 3.5 minutes. You can tell all your friends. Our second increase in resistance is right here. Again, a half turn. Good, push through. Should be getting heavier as we pedal. We're about halfway through this drill.
No height is out of reach. Prepare to see the best in me.
Good. A resistance turn right here. Remember, a half turn after this, we only have one more left. Pedaling through, we are almost at the top of that mountain. Just under a minute left in this drill, and then we get about 2.5 minutes off. Good, pushing through each stride. Our last resistance turn is in 3, 2, 1. Last one. We are almost to the top of that mountain. It should be taking a lot of strength to put through these pedals. Good. 15 seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a seat. Take that resistance back. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Ours right here. To catch our breath and get our minds in gear for stage 2.
We are the champions.
All the way to the top, never stop, no. We are the champions. All the way to the top, never stop, no. We are the champions. We are the champions.
Good. To kick off stage 2,
We are the champions.
we're going to go with the drill called 20-20-20. So bringing back that scale that I mentioned in the warm-up.
Hope that everybody ready for my lyrical machete, bring it so much better than anybody ever did it. Do you get it? I'm the champion. It's like a one-on-one against me. Ain't nobody ever did it like this. You can take an aim, but you bound to miss. No matter how hard you try, you never win.
Work in a 6-7 moderate zone. And then for that last 20 seconds, we're going to want to be doing a resistance sprint. So working in a 7-8 hard work zone.
All the way to the top, never stop, no.
This is a
We
very,
are the
very fun drill.
champions. All the way
Coach,
to the
but
top,
also
never stop,
participated
no.
because you really do push your body.
We are the
Keeping that in mind, we're going
champions.
to want to be very aware of what our body
We
can
are
and
the
can't do.
champions.
So don't push it too hard. If you need to take a round off,
We are the
feel free to.
champions.
But we've got about 45 seconds left in our warm-up. So go ahead, in our recovery.
We are the
So
champions.
go ahead and increase that resistance and get our bodies ready for stage 2.
We are the champions.
All the way to the top,
We are the champions.
all the way to the top,
We are the champions.
all the way to the top, never stop, no. We are the champions. All the way to the top, never stop, no. We are the champions. We are the champions. We are the champions.
All right. Kicking off this drill in 3, 2, 1. Increasing our resistance a little bit higher than we were in that recovery and working in this zone for 20 seconds. I'm going to cue us once that 20 seconds is up. We're going to increase our resistance a little bit more and get our RPMs a little bit higher in 3, 2, 1. Turn that knob to the right. Increase your RPMs a little bit. And we're going to be working in this 6-7 for about 10 more seconds before we go into our weighted sprint. And we are on in 3, 2, 1. Increasing that resistance, focusing on getting our RPMs anywhere between 85 and 105 for 20 seconds. Good. Push through. Halfway there. 5, 4, 3, into our 20 seconds of 6 to 7 easy work. Good, increasing our resistance in 3, 2, 1. Kicking up our resistance and our RPM, 20 seconds. Good, and moving into our resistance sprint in 3, 2, 1. Increasing that resistance, getting those RPMs up, pushing and challenging our bodies. It's only a 20-second sprint. You've already done 40-second sprints. I know you have it in you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it back. 2 rounds done. 2 rounds left. We are halfway through this drill. 20 seconds of our easy work. Increasing our resistance in 3, 2, 1. Kicking up our RPM. 20 seconds in this moderate to hard work. Good, and going into our hard work phase in 3, 2, 1. A 20-second resisted sprint. Push through. Halfway there. We've only got to do this one more time once we're done with this sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 rounds done. 1 round left. Digging deep. Good, increasing our resistance in 3, 2, 1. Increasing our work. Getting ready for that last weighted sprint. Making sure we're still in that engaged core, open chest, flat back posture. As we get tired, a lot of times our form is the first thing to go. Moving into our last sprint in 3, 2, 1. Good. Push. 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 I know we're tired, but we're halfway there. Good. 3, 2, 1. Take that resistance back. Take some time. Catch your breath. Our next drill is going to be a seated climb. So we got about 30 seconds in that 5 out of 1 through 10. Work zone of that resistance with our flywheel just touching the road. Taking this time to catch our breath and get ready to close out stage 2. Much like our standing climb, our seated climb is going to simulate what it feels like to climb a mountain. But the seated climb is a bit longer than our standing climb. So if we climb Kennesaw Mountain and our standing climb, you can say that we're climbing Stone Mountain. Or if you're feeling like really, really good today, you can say that you're climbing Mount Everest in 4.5 minutes and brag to all your friends about it, because that's a pretty cool accomplishment. But our first increase in resistance, again, we're doing half turns right here. Good, as we get heavier in this drill, it might help for you to focus on pulling your heel to your glute, making cycling a push and pull method rather than just a push. So focus on bringing that heel to your glute, make it a push, pull cycle. Good, our second increase in resistance is right here. Again, half turn. Really digging deep and challenging our bodies. Today we only have this drill and 1 drill left. It's about that time where you can start emptying your tank. Good. If we are imaginative people, we can picture something we really, really want at the top of that mountain, whether it be the end of the week, Christmas, an A on your test, a big bag of money, something you really, really want at the top of that mountain. And every pedal you take is a step closer to whatever it is. And imagine it, close your eyes if you need to and picture it. Do whatever it takes to just keep going. Our next increase in resistance is right here. Good. Remember, the closer we get to the top of the mountain, the heavier it's going to get. We've got about 2 minutes left in this drill with 2 more increases in resistance. Digging deep and pushing through. Good. We want to make sure we're pedaling through that center of our foot where we get the majority of our power. So make sure our toes aren't pointed down or up. They are completely parallel with the ground. We have an increase in resistance right here. Another half turn. After this, we only have 1 left. Remember to dig deep. As our resistance gets higher, our RPMs get lower, and that is A-okay. We should be pretty seated heavy right now. Taking a lot of strength to get through all of these pedals. Good push. With about 30 seconds left in this drill, our last increase is right here. Push through. Whatever it is at the top of that mountain, keep moving towards it. Good. 15 seconds left. Remember that push-pull method to get us through these last 10 seconds. Push, push, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that resistance back. We're going to close out today's class with Tabata. For those of you who don't know what Tabata is, it is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So we're going to be doing this with a 20-second sprint, 10 seconds off, 20 seconds standing heavy. And we're going to be doing 6 rounds, and then we are home free into the cool down. Let me pull up my timer, and we can start this drill with our 20-second sprint in 3, 2, 1. We've done sprints 2 times in this class before, so again, making sure you have stability in the saddle, and your RPMs are anywhere between 85 and 105. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. We got 10 seconds off as a added challenge. Pedal through this same resistance in our 10 seconds off. And we are standing in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds standing heavy. Good. Pushing through. This is our last drill of class, and we are down. 10 seconds off. Again, for that added challenge, pedal through that resistance, and we're moving into our second 20-second sprint in 3, 2, 1. On for 20 seconds. Good. Pushing through. Remembering what got us here in the first place today. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds off. Good. And we are standing in 3, 2, 1. Come up out of that saddle. 20 seconds of work standing.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Good, and we are down in 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds off. We only have one more sprint and one more standing heavy to close out class. Now is the time to give it everything you got. We are on in 3, 2, 1. Our last 20-second sprint. Good. Halfway there.
Get up. Get up.
3, 2, 1, and 10 seconds off.
Get up.
20 seconds of work stands in between you and the end of class. We are standing in 3, 2, 1.
Get up and move. Get up.
It should be taking strength to get through these strides. I know we're tired, but we've got 10 seconds left. Dig deep. Give me everything you've got. 3, 2, 1, and take a seat. Take that resistance back. We are now cycling just to bring our heart rates down.
Get up and move. Get up.
Get some water.
Get up and move.
Maybe congratulate ourselves for making it through this class.
Get up and move. Get up.
If we would like, we can give ourselves a high five, a pat on the back. If we cycled with a friend, we can give them a social distance high five, maintaining 6 feet, as you should. But that encouragement is always welcome. I'll give you a virtual high five. Woohoo! Yeah, and myself a high five. We're gonna go ahead and start our on the bike stretches. So bringing our arm across our chest, acting as if there's a magnetic repel between our shoulder and our ear.
Get up.
Stretching our arms out.
Get up and move your body. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up and move your body. Get up.
Good, and release, same thing on that other arm.
Get up and move your body. Get up. Get up and move. Get up. Get up and move your body.
And release. Bringing our flywheel to a stop. We're gonna go ahead and hop off our bikes for our off the bike stretches. We're gonna find that nice incline in the back of our bike and prop our toe up on it. Leaning forward, hinging at the hips, we're gonna wanna find that stretch in the lower back half of our leg.
Get up. Get up. Get up and move. Get up. Get up and move.
Good, if we wanna get a little bit deeper in this stretch, we can drop at the knee and drop at the hip. Bending at those two joints, and we should feel this stretch a little bit deeper in our calf.
Get up. Get up and move your body. Get up. Get up and move. Get up.
And release. Same thing with that other foot.
Get up.
Dropping our toes up, hinging forward at the hips first before we go into that bit deeper of a
Get up
stretch.
and move your body. Get up and move. Get up and move your body. Get up and move.
Good, dropping at our knee and bending at our hip. And release, finding that nice midpoint on our bike. We're gonna prop our heel up on it, keeping our hips square with the bike. Again, hinging forward at our hips to find this stretch in the upper back half of our legs, otherwise known as our hamstring. Well, I have you guys here. We are bringing back live in-person group fitness. We're going to be offering formats such as strength, Zumba, yoga, and maybe one more. But we are all excited to see you. You guys can go to mysportsreg.kennesaw.edu for more information about how to register. Go ahead and switch legs, propping our heel up on there, keeping our hips square to the bike, touching our toe. I know you guys usually see me attached to a bike, but I will be teaching strength circuits live. So hopefully you guys feel free to come and take that class with me. I would love to see all of your beautiful, beautiful faces and interact with you guys in person. Good, and release. Going into our last stretch, we're gonna grab our ankle, point our knee directly at the ground, keeping our hips underneath us. And we're gonna feel this stretch in that upper front half of our legs. Feel free to hold on to the bike for stability. I lack balance very much, so if you need to grab onto the bike, don't do that. And if I didn't grab onto the bike, I would fall down. And this is recorded, so people could spread that, and I don't want that. Good. And release, same thing on that other leg. Pointing our knee directly at the ground, keeping our hips underneath us. And release. Thank you guys so much for coming. My name was Gucci. This was Cycle Express. I will hopefully see you guys Wednesday and back in person soon.